Well, perhaps the hardest part of the pandemic was not having, as my grandmother would say, my stories to watch, as they were on hiatus just like the rest of us. But now brace yourselves for the long-awaited return of our favorite night on television, Thursday nights with Grey's Anatomy and Station 19. And joining me now with more about the season premieres are Chandra Wilson and Jason George. Bailey and Ben, I'm going to fan out for just a second because, you know, I've been watching Grey's since its inception. It's a staple in my life. So I have to...
well, I'm like your grandmother, because me and the stories, you know, so...
I have never forgotten that line. Oh my gosh. So I have to say, no network, no series has done what you guys have done so seamlessly, which is your crossover events. And that's what's happening in the season premiere, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we certainly will. We figured if we're coming back, we may as well come back with a bang and get everyone caught up on where we left off on both shows at the end of season 16, and then take us barreling right into the stories that we're ready to tell here in season 17.
I was just going to say that, you know, a part of the beauty of where we are is that, you know, we have a show that's about the medical professionals and the first line responders. And in the pandemic, everybody's recognized that these people you thought of as heroes are even more amazing than you ever realized before, and become to really recognize the sacrifice. So, and the, you know, Grey's Anatomy and Station 19 are all about the feels, but I think people are going to see in this first couple episodes, the crossover event premiere, is it's even more feels than you've ever felt before, because the pandemic just magnifies everything. So the fear and anxiety is even more, but so is the joy and the love. And so that's what I'm excited for people to see, is that going to the next level.
I was going to say, this must have touched home so much closer than it had before, because, you know, the pandemic is just a reality for everyone. Now, what I have to ask you is, you guys had some really hardcore cliffhangers you left us with in your when you wrapped up the seasons last time. I mean, Owen's like canceling the wedding. I'm even wondering if Jackson could possibly be pondering a new move when he was there with you. So what can we expect?
So yeah, we'll hear about those. We'll hear about Amelia and Lincoln, the new baby. We'll, catch up with Richard Webber and his recovery. And a lot of those stories we started shooting at the end of last season before we ended up having to stop. So basically, we get a chance to flash back into those, so you can see some resolution, but also what's going to carry those characters into the rest of season 17. So we won't leave you wondering, you know, what happened. We'll go ahead on and tell you all about that.
Well, and I have another question though. What's going to go on between the two of you?
Yeah. You know, Ben is Bailey's rock. And, you know, like we were talking about what happens in relationships as a result of sheltering in place, as a result of having to figure out how do you carry out your job as a first responder when you have two in the family, and then you also have children. How, you know, where do you spend time together? What is the new routine? Those are the things that you get a chance to see Ben and Bailey explore. Their relationship is always changing. They always have to ebb and flow according to whatever the work circumstances, what it usually is, brings. And right now it's about seeing how they ground each other, which is so important in the middle of all the chaos.
The sacrifice of the family is on display. I mean, you don't realize how much it affects everyone who's related to those people who are first responders. And so I just felt blessed to be able to, you know, to honor and give respect to that aspect of their lives that we don't normally get to see.
Well, Jason, I just have to say before we go, because we've run out of time, but I really appreciate how you were able to bounce from Grey's Anatomy over to Station 19. And like I said, it just, you know, you guys, your relationship, as you said, Chandra, you know, ebb and flows on the show, but that really comes across in our living rooms as well.
Well, I feel blessed to work with Chandra on the regular. We have such a good time. We have a lot of fun. We laugh a lot, and it feels like I enjoy being part of the connective tissue between the two shows. You know, I mean, that love and all the ups and downs in Ben and Bailey is kind of representative of the ups and downs and all the feels you get from Station 19 and Grey's Anatomy.
Connective tissue. I see what you did there. All right. Well, thank you so much.
See you there.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Catch the exciting crossover event this Thursday starting at 8 with season premieres of Station 19, followed by the 2-hour premiere of Grey's Anatomy at 9. For more information, head to the website on your screen.